Hi folks, it's Richard from Inclusive Driving. My tuition car, the Toyota Corolla, has a self-parking feature. It can allegedly do a parallel park and it can reverse into parking bays. So in this video, we're going to go and have a go, see how it works, see how good it is, and maybe put it into some tricky situations where maybe it will fail. Let's see how Toyota does. So we have to get close to a spot. We have to find the spot. If I press reverse in parking now, it says no location available. So I do actually have to get my kind of passenger door in line with the space. And now if I press the park assist button, it says reversing parking, it's found something. So I'm going to be responsible for looking where we are going. I'm in drive, the display is saying forward. So here we go, I'll just gently take my foot off the brake. Let's see how this does. So it is quite spooky. Okay, that's telling me to stop, telling me to engage reverse gear. So again, checking my surroundings, I am looking all around. Keep the vehicle very slow because I don't trust it. Now let's see how we do. Okay, it's now asking me to go into drive, to go forwards to adjust the position. Again, just checking around. And asking me to select reverse. Here we go, again checking around. And park assist complete. I'm going to have another go at this. The first attempt I did off camera, initially it put me extremely close to the car on the right, such that neither of us would have been able to get out of the door, but then it did ask me to adjust it. So I'm just see if I can get the car to do that again. So I'm just going to drive out of the car park, turn the car around myself, and we'll have another go at that automatic parking, see how it does on the second attempt. So again, I'll approach the parking space. So try another location, it hasn't found anything yet. Unavailable, let's go forwards a bit more. Unavailable, let's try again. Unavailable. Reversing parking. Okay, so again checking my surroundings. Select reverse. That was a nice bit of dry steering. Thank you, Toyota. Now, where it asks me to stop and says park assist complete, have a look on the reversing camera. We have still got quite a bit of distance that we can go back, so I'm just going to adjust that manually. Put the red line on the curb. Job done. Not bad at all. Let's have one more go. I'm going to try and be brave and let the car go a little bit faster this time. See how it reacts. So line up the passenger door with the space I want. Okay, so let's see if we can get the car to go a little bit faster this time and see how it reacts. Oh, so it does say excessive speed, slow down. Wants me to go into reverse now, so I'm guessing if I come off the foot brake completely again, it will give me the same message. I've got a good distance between me and the target vehicles, so I am going to let my foot off the brake completely and see how it goes. Okay, forward adjust, we'll do that at higher speed again. It doesn't like it, it does say excessive speed, slow down, and into reverse. Again, nice dry steering, Toyota, thank you. I am quite impressed with that. There are several ways to help this channel. Like this video so that it gets shown to other people. Share it with your friends on social media to make sure that they see it. And most of all, subscribe to the channel to show your ongoing support and help me keep creating new content. I'd be interested to see what happens if we've got a parking space that's got a car on one side and a curb on the other. To try this, I am going to need to do a little bit of manual reversing just to get into a position where we have got a car and a curb. But let's see whether this car will do it. So this time the parking space is on the right hand side. I've positioned the driver door next to the parking space. Let's press the parking button. So reversing parking, it says unavailable. Let me just see if adjusting my position very slightly convinces the car that there is a parking space there. Reversing parking unavailable. Reversing parking unavailable. 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 I'm just wondering what happens if I put a little bit of angle on the car so that I'm at a 45-degree angle to that parking space and see if the car then decides it can do it. Let's have a look. Reversing parking unavailable. Okay, so that seems to be a bit of a downside of this system. And as I'll demonstrate now, if there are no other vehicles, if we've got an empty car park and we want to reverse into a parking bay, it is just unavailable. This system seems to work only for going between two parked cars. Again, let me try putting some angle on the car as though I was going to reverse into a parking space myself, and just see what happens. No, reverse parking unavailable. So I'm just going to get out of the way and reverse into a parking bay manually, the good old-fashioned way. So to answer the question, can I use this on the driving test? I would say no, for two reasons. The first reason is that the examiner's guidelines do actually say automatic reverse parking is not an acceptable thing on a driving test, so you have got to do it yourself. The second reason, as we've just discovered, it's not very good. Going between two parked cars, absolutely brilliant, but if there's only one parked car, actually we haven't tried that, have we? We haven't tried just one parked car. We've tried a parked car on a hedge or a curb. So let's go and try that. But in terms of using it for a driving test, I don't think the system is clever enough, because you will probably be on an empty car park for doing the reverse park. So here I'm going to see if the reversing system can cope with just one parked car in a car park there where the white lines are really well marked. Let's give that a go. We'll approach this sole car on the right. Reversing parking, try another location. Let's line up. Reversing parking unavailable. Unavailable. Okay, so it looks like it will let me go next to a single car, as long as I want to end up with that parked car on my right. So let's give this a go. Checking around. Okay, again checking around, make sure there's no one behind, other vehicles coming in. And park assist complete. So it did it in one go there. Whether that was just a fluke, I'm not entirely sure, but we will give it another go. Turned out there is somebody sitting in the back of this car drinking a cup of tea. Reverse parking unavailable. Okay, available now, so let's give that a go. Checking around. Okay, this time it does want me to adjust. So it was just a fluke on that first attempt. So there we have it. Reverse park will work with just a single car, but we have to end up with that parked car being on the right hand side. So this time we're going to see how this car does with parallel park. We'll just give way to this pedestrian as we should be doing under new highway code rules. Pedestrian is also a driver. So I'm spotted a parking space between the Mini in the distance and the white car. So press park, it's a space detected, go forward. Okay, oh, that was on the wrong side. One on the left. Searching, go forward. There is a car behind me, I'm not going to inconvenience them. Space detected, go forward when there's no other vehicle. Okay, let's try to round this next silver car. Although we won't be squeezing in between two cars, I'm sure the principle is the same as it would be on a driving test. Okay, so stop the vehicle. There's no one behind. There is now. Let's see what they do. Are they going to come round me? Are they going to wait? Looks like they're waiting. That's fine. It's not impressive there. Okay. So that wasn't very clever there because it didn't detect that there was another car approaching from behind. Of course, that is why we still have to be observant, but that's potentially a flaw in the system. It was trying to reverse me, and I'm not convinced I could see the steering wheel turning enough there to avoid the car that was active in the road behind me. Let's give it another go. This time hopefully with no other vehicles behind. See how it does. Press the parking button. Okay, so it has found somewhere. Select reverse, check around again. Let's see how it copes with this drop curb. So I definitely feel the curb there, so doesn't like drop curbs. Let's drive on and find another spot. Oh, interesting, it thinks I'm still trying to reverse park, so let's cancel that. We'll turn left here. We've got to give way to this pedestrian if they are about to cross. No, they are continuing around the corner. Okay, let's try this red car. See how it copes with this road being on a little bit of a bend. Again, no one behind. Let's see how it copes now. Okay, so it's put me quite a distance from the curb at the moment. Is it going to let me adjust, go forwards? Okay. That's saying complete, and yet I am quite a significant distance from the curb. I'm going to pop myself into park and open the door just to have a look how far that is. That's over a foot. It's over 30 centimetres. That attempt wasn't very good. Let's move on and find another one. Let's see if it'll get me in between these two vehicles. Go forward, searching, space detected. Go forward. So this time we're going between two vehicles. Let's see how we get on here. I am being extremely cautious here. Again, whoa, nice bit of dry steering again, Toyota. Maybe it was necessary on this occasion though, because this is a tight spot. Back into reverse. And that was dry steering from full lock to full lock with my foot on the brake. That's pretty bad for the car. It's done it. I really cannot fault it there though. Now I've got to get out of here. Oh, actually, it still wants me to go forward. It hasn't finished. Okay, go forward. Okay, I'm being very cautious here. Park assist complete. Thank you, Toyota. So that was impressive, apart from the dry steering. Was it necessary? Possibly. I think if you're using an automated system like this, I think all the steering has got to be done before I take my foot off the brake, because the car doesn't know how quickly I'm going to accelerate or move backwards. So I guess maybe there it's a necessary evil. It's got me into a parking space that honestly I probably would have struggled to do. And I have ended up very, very close to the curb. I am impressed with that. So what's my conclusion here? It does a pretty good job. If we're going in between two parked cars on a car park, so a bay reverse, no problems there. On one occasion it did position me extremely close to the car on the driver's side, but it did then adjust it. I think if there was somebody sitting in that car to my right, I think they might have been a little bit worried about what was going on. If there is a single car, the system can certainly cope with parking next to that. In an empty car park where there are no other parked cars and we're relying just on looking at the white lines, it didn't seem to be able to manage that at all. With the parallel park, simple situation. So behind one parked car that was parked fully on the road, that was fine. It got me into a really tight spot that I would have struggled to get into myself, and it did that quite accurately with a few shunts forwards and backwards. but there was some dry steering going on while my foot was on the brake, and that really isn't good for the car. A couple of unusual situations with the parallel park was when the target vehicle, so the car in front of us, was parked slightly on the curb. This car didn't seem to be monitoring where the curb was. It seemed to be comparing itself to the car in front. So if the car in front has got two wheels on the curb, then I have a feeling that this car will also try and put two wheels on the curb. When there was an obstruction behind us, not another parked car, but a curb, where if we'd gone any further, we would have ended up driving onto the pavement. This car didn't recognize that. All in all, I think the message that comes up on the screen to say, pay attention to your surroundings, is a perfectly valid one. Don't expect too much from this system, but it's very clever as long as you are also very clever. So that's all for now, and we'll see you on another video very soon.